Hello, hello, guys. Welcome to Thursday Team Training Zoom. I am as so excited, cannot stand how crazy this month has been. So many people are promoting. I know a lot of you guys are pushing, and we still have a couple more days left. I just looked at our volume 5 seconds ago, and we are just shy of $3 million in sales as a team. It's crazy. Like, the growth and the momentum is crazy right now. And I'm excited because one of the things I always tell you guys, and if you're new, first of all, in the chat, please let us know if you're within your first 60 days, 30 days, couple weeks. We want to know where you're at if you're new, and we want to welcome you. And if you're joining us for the first time, this Zoom happens every single Thursday night at this time, this same link. And every week you're going to hear some stories, but you're going to hear tips. And this is I think one of those things that you need to have on your agenda, on your calendar, setting an alarm in your phone, because you are going to have somebody share something with you on a Zoom like this that's going to change your business forever. And it is so huge that for yourself that you get on these things. So I want to applaud everybody tonight that took the time out of their night, that set their alarms, that made sure this was a priority. And I have no doubt that something said tonight is going to be something you needed to hear if you're on. And also, I wanted to mention before we get started really quick, we have put a little contest together, and I want to talk a little bit about that really quick. I'm going to be putting the graphic. Some of you are on my team and some of you aren't. Chastity, or Upline, put this out to anyone under her. So you're underneath Chastity somewhere. And Chastity, Natasha, and myself got together, and we're running a contest. And you're going to go into a drawing for stuff. And trust me, if you know anything about Chast or myself or Natasha, when we give away stuff, it's always good. So it's definitely drawings you're going to want to be in. But we're running a little contest. I'm going to be putting the banner in our team page, the Dream Team page, and you have till Sunday at midnight to create a 3 to 5 minute video that you're going to download to YouTube about your Thrive experience. And basically what we're doing with those videos is we're going to accumulate those all together, put them in the vault, but we're also going to put them in the team page. And we're going to be using these videos as resources to send out to people for third-party credibility. And what I mean by that, actually, we'll talk about that probably next week on a couple different calls to kind of walk you through how to use those. But just so you know the criteria for the video, 3 to 5 minutes, you want to talk about your day 1, day 3, day 10 of your Thrive experience. If you're just new and maybe you've only been on this Thrive experience a couple days, but you're already feeling something, whatever made you hit that promoter button, talk about that. This video is something that's going to be changing. If I would have done a video like this, when I first started 3.5 years ago, my story is so much different now than it was then, just the different things that the Thrive experience is doing for me now. So it's always evolving. But where were you day 1? What did you feel? What did you feel day 3? What did you feel day 10 of the Thrive experience? That's just a guideline, but just keep it to 3 to 5 minutes. And then I want you to label your video single mom of 3 who needed energy, nurse who had aches and discomforts, firefighter who was looking for better sleep. I want you to label your video with kind of your profession, background, who you are, and then also what most has helped you using the Thrive experience, because we are going to be utilizing these videos and grabbing them from the vault and our team pages really quick when we see a prospect, somebody that we need to go, wow, I'm talking to a firefighter. I can't relate to this guy. Let me go see in my team page if there's a firefighter video quick. Or this person needs to know about sleep. I didn't need sleep. That's not what the Thrive experience did for me. Let me go find one of my people that had a sleep video. So it's just going to help everybody in the long run. And we're doing a contest. So anybody that does do their video, if you don't have a YouTube channel, start one. Super easy. You can Google it walks you through how to start one. It's super simple. But you are going to create a video, download it to YouTube, and then you are going to submit it to myself, Chastity, Natasha, or your nearest 80 to 200K upline. They'll get it to one of us. and that is going to enter you into the drawing for stuff. There isn't just going to be one winner. We're going to pick several winners of different things, whether that might be prizes, cashbacks, product credits, free product, different stuff like that. So make sure that you take it seriously, and you get it done, because it's going to be so helpful for everybody. And then I'll probably mention this again at the end of the video. So tonight, I am super excited because you guys are going to hear some awesome, like what you guys are about to hear tonight, you need to hear. There are going to be people on here, and I already can see it in the chat. You're going to be saying, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I get on this. I needed to hear that person's story. I needed to hear what they had to say. We have a few stories on tonight. I'm super excited. And I'm going to start out with Heather McCloskey, who is my friend. Me and Heather have known each other. I can't even remember how long we've been together. Like, we've been in this industry together for 6 years, 7?
I think 7.
7 years. Heather and I were in another company together, and Heather trusted me. She was actually like the first person that I talked to about coming over to Lavelle. And I remember us just being so nervous. Like, are we crazy? What are we doing? Are we making a mistake? We were like the biggest scaredy cats. I think we talked about it for a full month before we even we're like, okay, we're going to do it. But the story, Heather's story, I think is just going to resonate with a lot of people. And there's been a lot of ups and downs in 7 years. It hasn't just been, Heather didn't just join network marketing and then the next day she was successful. And then she didn't just come over to Lavelle and the next day she was successful. There's been ups and downs in this journey. And, I remember first meeting Heather, and she had never done network marketing before. And I'm just going to let you tell your story, Heather, but man, it's so crazy how far you have come. It is it's insane how far you come. But I want to really dive deep tonight. And then, your team is on fire right now. It is on fire. People are growing. In general, I'm just like shocked. I can't believe what the conversations you and I were just having 5 months ago compared to today, and where your volume is. It's so crazy. How many times I think you've heard you say, maybe this isn't for me. And then 5 months later, you're back. You gotta love it. So Heather, I want you to jump in and just share from the beginning where you kind of started with all this and then to now.
Okay. So first of all, yes, it has been an incredible month. And I want to say that our team now, just actually before I got on the Zoom, hit a milestone. Our team just hit over 1 million in sales. So that is representative of me being blessed with incredible leaders in my organization who are just people out there every day in the trenches with their team. They're working, they're helping one another. And I'm just so lucky that I have people within my organization that represent that number. So I just want to say thank you to all of them, because that number means that there are people who have had life-changing things because of the Thrive experience. And they obviously, from day one, have known how to cast a vision for other people. And I think that is my biggest thing that I learned right from the beginning. Like Lisa said, 7 years ago. So Lisa's never introduced me on a call without always calling me out and saying I was the girl who didn't have a cell phone, and I'm the girl who literally just got internet at my house, because that's where I live. I live in a small town. I remember her meeting me for the first time, and she's like, well, how are you talking to people? Like, how are they going to get a hold of you if you don't have a cell phone? I was like, well, I'm just going to get on my landline. Yes, I started network marketing with a landline, with zero network of people, not knowing a soul. I mean, I'm a busy mom of 3. I was working in an office. It was my boss and I worked for a nonprofit organization. There wasn't any, I didn't have a huge network. I went to Walmart. I mean, you know how it is when you're a mom, like who do you actually hang out with and what do you really do? Like life was boring for me at that point. So I am one of those people that will tell you that you can come into this industry and not know anything. And 7 years later, 5 years later, 10 years later, however long it takes you, not only say that you have $1 million a month in team sales, but I'm very close to hitting the Millionaires Club in Lavelle. And I can't even believe like I actually can say that out loud, because when I started network marketing 7 years ago, not having a network, not knowing anybody, having zero experience, being very introverted, very insecure, you know, just all of the things that were stacked against me. I wasn't that person that somebody looked at and said, she has it, she has the it thing. I didn't even know what that looked like for myself. But because I put the work in and I put the time in, I'm here right now in this moment. And I always tell people this all the time when I'm talking to them and we're talking about network marketing. The biggest thing for me is this. You guys, this is an opportunity to make an incredible income from home, but this is an opportunity to grow yourself in ways you'd probably never, ever grow yourself if you weren't in this industry. Spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically. I mean, so many things can happen for you because you say yes to this type of an opportunity. Like, I'm not the same person I was 7 years ago, not even close. I remember Lisa pushing me so many times. Get on this Zoom, do a Facebook Live, will you host a call with me? You know, she made me do a million things that scared the crap out of me. So if your leader is making you do things that sound scary, please take my advice tonight and go do those things. We're not saying it to like make you all nervous. We're saying it because we're pushing you past the point that you believe that you can go to, because trust me, you can go further than you ever imagined. So, you know, I've been in network marketing, like Lisa said. You know, I was in another company. I was never at the top of that company. I certainly wanted to be, and it wasn't from a lack of effort or trying. I busted my butt. But when I came over to Lavelle, I came over here because I needed these 3 steps so bad. I was so moody all the time. I was anxious all the time. I felt really guilty as a mom because I felt like I wasn't giving my family the best that I could give them. So, you know, selfishly, 4 years ago, actually, because I started thriving secretly in the summer before I actually walked away from my other company, I did that for me. I didn't do that because I thought I was going to have $1 million team. I did that because me as a human being and as a wife, as a mom, needed this. And I always think that every single day when I get up. Who needs this? Who's the next me that's going to come in and do this for themselves and realize that this thing that they're doing for themselves is going to become so much bigger than they could ever imagine. I think one of the things that excites me so much about this industry is we have the ability, no matter where you are, whether you're just a brand new thriver, you hit 4K for the first time, 12K, or you're running a 200K, you know, badass team, you have the ability to cast a vision and a dream for people who maybe don't even believe in that stuff right now in their life. Maybe it's just, you know what, I'm so excited to help you start thriving. I can't wait for you to be on day 10 because I promise you're going to feel better than you have in 10 years. That's casting a vision for somebody and letting them know that they're going to feel good. And then from there, it's, hey, I would love for you to partner with me and be a part of my team. I would love to help you get $1,320 in bonuses and free product in your pocket. I tell people that all the time. It's on the table. Let's put it into your bank account. It's all about steps of casting a vision and belief for people who need it. I needed it. I remember Lisa telling me so many times, like, you got this. You can do this. I don't think I ever had anybody tell me that in a job, in an opportunity like I had. So I think that's one of the things that drives me all the time. And, you know, Lisa says, be raw and real, Heather. And I'm like, well, of course I'm going to be raw and real. Life is really not that super great right now. I have so much to be thankful for with this industry and I have so much to celebrate. But being in Lavelle for the last 4 years has been a bumpy ride for me. And it's not just the business, because all businesses have up and downs. It's been a lot of personal things. But my biggest thing that I'm so grateful for is no matter what is happening in my life, I always have this business to turn to and to come back to, and it rejuvenates me and it continues to fill me in ways that I don't even realize most of the time. And so just kind of a little backstory, when I started Lavelle 4 years ago, you know, it was very scary because I was pretty much starting over. I didn't come over here with a 200K team. We had to build ourselves, and we continue to build ourselves by bringing in new thrivers, new to network marketing. So that $1 million in sales this month represents people who have never been part of this industry before. Yes, there are people in there that have been in network marketing, but we bring so many new people who have never had experience in this because we're so good at sharing the vision for what can be possible in their lives. So, you know, 4 years ago when I left that other company and came here, I didn't know what was going to happen. I had to trust that I could do that all over again and plus some. You know, when I started network marketing those years ago, I was on food stamps. I was struggling. I was the mom in the grocery store hoping nobody was behind me when I was scanning that food assistance card because I was embarrassed. And it isn't that my husband and I didn't work hard. It just it wasn't enough. So when I left that other company, I thought maybe that would be where I would end up again. And that was a very scary thing, but I knew I had to just go for it because the way I felt was something I needed other people to feel. And when I started in October. Right after I started, 2 weeks after I started, my niece, who is now 24, she was 20 at the time, was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. Not long after that, she went right into treatment for over a year. And during that year, I had taken legal custody of her baby, who was 8 months old at the time. So when I came in, I think I went 80K in my first maybe 6 months, and I stalled out from there because I had to put my family as a priority. And I did that. And I remember the moment when my niece was going to be coming home. She was in full remission. And it was the moment I remember calling Lisa or Facebook messaging her and saying, Lisa, this was such a hard part of my life, but I needed to be present where I needed to be present. So I want to give you guys that piece of advice tonight is sometimes you have to be where something else is calling you, but always remember that this business is going to be there when you're ready to get started again, even if you have to put it down for a second or a day or whatever the case may be. But I remember calling Lisa and saying, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to go 200K. I'm ready to bust my butt. I'm ready to get to the top of this company. And I did that. I think it took me 8 or 9 months to get to 200K. You know, and I will tell you, yes, my team has had the most amazing month this month, but as a leader, I'm going to be honest and tell you, I haven't been the most plugged in because 4 years later, my niece is losing her battle. And it's not easy to talk about. It's hard right now, but it's even more of a reason right now that I'm grateful for this, because I can be there for her. I can be there for her daughter, and I can be there for my sister. I wouldn't be able to do that without this industry and this business, because, you know, life isn't fair at all when you watch a 24-year-old know that she's going to die probably in the next couple of weeks. But I also know that God is good, and this business is so good for so many people, because I wouldn't be able to do the things I do without the women behind me that are supporting me right now when I've had to take a break for a minute and say, I need to do what's most important. I messaged Steffi G, one of my, you know, amazing 200K leaders the other day, and I just said, I just don't think I could do something that she needed me to do. And it was the first thing from everybody is, you go do what you need to do with your family. What other place do we know? What other job do we have? What other thing are we doing in our lives where they say, you know what, put your family first. Go do that right now. Pay attention to what needs to happen. And I will tell you, this isn't just the only thing. Like in the last 18 months, my husband has had 2 heart attacks. It's been a lot. But I'm still standing. I'm still here fighting for the dream that this represents for not just me, not just my kids, not just my family, but a team of people beneath me who deserve to be in the exact place I'm sitting right here at this moment today.
You know, sorry, I was choked up with you. Gosh,
Sorry.
Can't even imagine. You know, I was thinking about, you know, a lot of times we get to 200K, and I think a lot of people think that it's just been an easy ride. And you and I have spent many times where you have come to me and you've said, I don't even know if this is my place anymore. You know, you've gone, I think it's over. You said to me, I'm pretty sure it's not going to turn around. And here you are, $1 million. And, you know, and we all have a heavy leg. All of us do. Like, me and Jamie Pecker were talking about the other day. She was like, man, it's my heavy leg. And I'm like, you're my heavy leg. You know, like we all have like this massive heavy leg under us. And sometimes we feel like, how do I get the other side's going? And now your other side's moving, like that's growing. And all of these things are happening when just 5 months ago, you were like, I might have to go back to work. I remember you saying that to me, and I'm like, shut up. You're not going to have to go back to work. Will you be quiet? How many times I've had to tell you that? But we have those days, guys. Like we think, oh my gosh, what's going on? Why is it going backwards? Oh my gosh, we're in this funk. Oh, all of these things. And it's crazy. It's just crazy how I think a lot of people just think that it's only them, and it's not. Every single one of us on here, I don't care if you're make $1 million, Chastity's on here tonight. Chast goes through where like she's probably like, what's going on with my business? We all do that. So don't think it's just you. But one thing that Heather can tell you and attest to is that if you keep going and stick with it, no matter what's happening, no matter how slow you have to go, even if you have to stop for a minute, but it always comes back around if you don't give up. I think that is like so huge to point out.
Yeah,
So
I absolutely do too. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I just think it's so freaking huge. Like, just don't give up, you guys, because it will come back around. It always does. I've never seen somebody's business not turn around as long as they're still here. It's the people that have left. I mean, I don't know what would have happened, but the ones that have stayed, it always comes back around. And I think that everybody needs to remember that as they're going through this journey. Heather, I know you brought on somebody from your team today. And then next week, I'm going to be asking Shannon if she wants to hop on too, because she's killing it. We have so many people right now killing it, but I wanted you to interview who you brought on with you really quick, and then I brought somebody on too, and I'm going to interview her. So I'm going to hand it over to you.
Okay, awesome. So you guys, this leader that I am bringing on, she's near and dear to my heart. Her name is Amber Lee. She actually just celebrated her year anniversary of hitting her auto bonus and going 12K. This is a story, you guys, where do you have that person that you keep messaging and saying, when are you going to start thriving with me? When are you going to start thriving with me? Like, I want you to do this with me. I know that you could be incredible on my team. Amber Lee was that girl for me. I messaged her probably 15 times before she finally said yes to just a 3-day sample. She did not say yes to joining my team. She said yes to a sample. But I knew once she got that product in her body, it was going to be all over, and she was going to know why I was so excited. In the last 3 years, this girl's transformation has not just been physical, and trust me, her physical transformation has been mind-blowing, but how I have seen her grow in her confidence, in her self-belief, and in what she knows she's so capable of doing, and she's doing right now. She just had a new baby, you guys. She's a busy mom of 3. She has all the excuses in the world to say, you know what, I can't do this right now, but she never does. She's always somebody that dusts herself off and says, okay, what do I need to do? So I'm not only celebrating that she hit 12K a year ago, but that she's doubled her volume since then. And she is on her way to 40K. Her team is popping right now. They are on fire. And I'm just excited for her to share her heart with you guys tonight. So Amber Lee, I'm going to let you take it away and just share a little bit of your story with everybody first.
Okay, I unmuted myself, right? I think I'm on.
Yep, you're good.
Okay, so I'm Amber Lee, of course. I'm a 12K. I've been thriving now with Heather for 3 years. And we were in a different company too, so I do have other network marketing experience, I guess. So I guess I want to point that out, that it takes a while, you guys. I've been doing this for 5 years, and the growth that I've overcome, I think, is huge. And it took me a while. I always remember listening to Lisa say in the beginning, be prepared for a 3 to 5 year, journey or transformation before you make it there. Sometimes it takes that. So I feel like I'm living proof for that. So don't give up on your guys. Don't give up on your guys' self before you even had a chance to start. But I started off of a sample, you guys, and I actually had no intention of like doing another business like this. I did do something before, and I thought that it wasn't for me, like I failed, and I was afraid to do something like this all over again. So I was intrigued by the products, though. The products really caught my eyes, and I really wanted to do it. At the time, I was in a really bad place, you guys, emotionally, physically. Am I frozen? I hope not.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. I saw the screen sitting there and I thought I was frozen, so I'm sorry. So at the time, I really needed it, you guys, more than anything. so I got the sample, and I was a person that didn't even listen. So I kind of laugh with people sometimes. I'm like, don't be like me. I was so excited to try it that I went to the post office and I took my capsules right away. I was like, well, I'm not waiting till tomorrow. I'm just going to do it. I want to see what it feels like. So I took my capsule, and I was lucky, you guys. I call myself an hour one thriver because it literally lit up my life. Like I just remember feeling like you guys know what I'm talking about, but the fog lifted. I had energy. I was feeling good. Like I actually felt like I wanted to smile for real. And I remember going into, at the time I wasn't in a good place. I was at my mother-in-law's house. I always say, I feel like, I needed it more than anything because I felt like my life was falling apart. I was really at one of my to the bottom of my core. Like it was like I had nothing left in me, and I really needed these products. So when I did it that first day, you guys, and I felt good, I just knew, I had this feeling in my gut that this was it. I was like, no matter what, I need to take these products because I feel amazing. By day 3, I was sold, and unfortunately, you guys, I couldn't afford it, right? I was in a bad place physically, emotionally, mentally, money-wise. Like I just couldn't do it. But I knew in my head that I needed this. So I did all of the research. I was the researcher kind, and I knew that I could thrive for free by referring to people. So I talked to Heather, and she was like, you know what, if you know 2 people that want to do this, let me know. I'll send them a sample. And I think I got started that way. The 2 people that I sent samples to, one of them ended up being a promoter with me on day 1 that I signed up. I knew that I wanted to do this, so I started right out the gate from being a promoter on day 1 when I ordered. I got the 200 promoter pack, and I never looked back. My friend signed up with me on day 1. I did end up getting my VIP 800 bonus, you guys, and I thought it was unreal. Like I was like, there's no way I just came into this company and made $500. I was like, my husband didn't even believe me because at the time when I bought my $200 promoter pack, I invested my car money, my car payment money. And half of it was a birthday present to me. My dad helped me. He went half on it. So like I totally put everything on the line because I knew that this was going to be worth it. And I made my money back, you guys. I got my free Thrive. I ended up thriving for free. And since then, I have been thriving for free every single month. I think I missed it once. And like I said, my business wasn't always perfect. I did start out good. I got my bonus. I had a working promoter in the beginning, you guys. My 2 promoters that I hit VIP 800 with are no longer even with me. So I hear Lisa say that all the time. Sometimes the people you have in the beginning might not always be there, and they might come back. I've had some promoters come and go throughout the last 3 years too. I did go 4K within 4 months, I think. And I was almost on the verge of going 12K, you guys, but life happened, right? Life happens all the time. And sometimes things happen with one of my promoters. Something happened with her life, and she kind of just like fell off, and it kind of caused me to fall off. And over a few months, I remember I dwindled down to like nothing. I was like doing so good. And then it came to a month where I wasn't even thriving for free. And I was devastated, so devastated. And then I started picking myself back up. I think Lisa had a destination, I want to say destination to diamond, but it's destination to 12K or whatever we called it at the time. I started every single one she's done, I have taken a part of. So I've done tremendous growth over the last couple of years, you guys. I always say that I think I've done more self-development in the last 3 years than I've ever done ever. Like I was not a confident person before I started at all, you guys, not even one bit. Like I wasn't that popular girl in high school. I didn't talk to a bunch of people. I didn't have a whole bunch of friends. I was scared, you guys, and I was nervous to talk to people. I'm nervous to go make friends, but now I can just go out and meet people randomly and deliver them samples and tell them how excited I am about it. I go live. And I would not have done that 3 years ago. So I always tell people, embrace your journey, you guys, embrace your journey. Mine took 3 to 5 years, but I'm getting there. And now I have almost 23,000 in sales, and I couldn't have done it without my awesome team, of course, but I'm not giving up. I'm going to be 40K this year, and I'm claiming it, that I'm going to be 80K by Christmas, and by next year's momentum, I want to go 200K, you guys. And I think I heard this the other day on Kayla Fox's Zoom too. There's two kinds of people. You're either afraid to fail or you're afraid to be successful. And to be honest, I think that's where I was. I think I knew all of the things. I think I've always been a really good leader. I'm a good friend. I love on my customers. I'm doing all the right things. You guys, I'm consistent. I post. I have a genuine love for the product. But I was afraid of being successful. I was afraid of doing stuff like this a little bit. You know what I mean? And I think it held me back. But I'm coming to realize that I have a lot to share, you guys, so much more than I even realize yet. And you guys do too. You do too. So what else was I going to say? I have some notes on my board. I have a big board in my living room. So you guys, things I do on my own time. I can't flip the camera, but
I had a quick question for you though. You know what I was thinking about, Amberly? I don't know if you remember this, but do you remember in the last company you won something and you came to my house?
I do. I was going to tell everybody that when I was in our last company, she had a real, it was called Destination to Diamond. And I actually took first place in that, and I won Lisa's contest, and she flew me out to Arizona. And that was after I had my son. It was actually 4 years ago. My son was only 2 months old, you guys. I was scared shitless. I never flew on a plane. I almost backed out. I cried the whole night before. I think my friend Miranda's on. She was at my house at the time. She was with me in that company too. And I cried and I cried and I was scared because my husband couldn't ride with me to the airport. And I got there and it was amazing. I feel like I'm a completely different person. I always tell my husband,
Oh my gosh, you are.
I was like, I wish I could go to Lisa's house now, because I remember sitting there like in the corner.
You barely talked to anyone. You were so shy. And when you first came over here, like, and a lot of you guys don't know this, but her transformation, your before and after pictures are insane. Like,
I didn't
insane.
even get to that part, you guys. I thrived for a year, you guys, and I always tell my customers this too. Like, if you want to lose weight, trust me, you can. But you have to put in a little bit of work. If you want slow and steady, that is okay too, but be prepared to thrive for a year, because that's where I was mentally when I first started. I didn't have any desire to like work out or any of that. And I was okay with slow and steady. In the first year, I lost 30 pounds, you guys, and I didn't do anything really to change it. I didn't change my lifestyle, like eating habits. If anything, I ate worse, because I always say like all my stars aligned after I started thriving, because I was living with my mother-in-law. We didn't have a house, but like right after that, I started going back to work. I started waitressing again on the weekend. So that kind of like helped us out too. And then we got an opportunity to buy this house through rent to own. And now we have a real mortgage through the bank. So it feels like everything kind of just fell in line. But I always say when I moved to Shawano, I was worse because I ate out at fast food all the time. But about a year into my thriving, you guys, I got sick of my excuses. There came a point where I was like listening to myself on all these reasons on why I couldn't work out and how I couldn't do this and how I couldn't do that. And I was like, oh, like I just felt like I am sick of my excuses. Like it's bullshit. All of everything I'm telling myself, there's no excuse on why I couldn't do it. So I remember going home on a Sunday after vacuuming the back room. It was hot. It was like end of May. It was starting to get so humid. And I went home on a busy Sunday and I went for my first run. You guys, I went for a mile run and I almost died. I had a huge cramp and it sucked ass, but it was the start of my working out journey with Thrive. And from that moment on, it was like 13 months into thriving, all the way up until basically now, you guys, I started working out and I lost another 30 pounds and I gained so much muscle. I went to the gym like every day at 5 in the morning. I'm a 5 a.m. girl every single day, 5 days a week. Sometimes I would do doubles. Like I turned into that crazy person that I used to kind of make fun of. Like there's no way in hell I would ever do that. But thanks to Thrive, like I would get up at 5 a.m. and I would go to the gym because that was my only time to do it, because my husband works and he gets home late. And I know that if I don't get up and do it first thing in the morning, I'm not doing it. Like I'm just going to make it up an excuse. So now I'm kind of back at square one. I did just have a baby. She's not even 3 months old yet. And with everything going on, I haven't had a chance to start at the gym yet, but they just opened up. So I think I'm going to book my first session for Monday morning at 5 a.m. You guys, I always tell you, you don't quit until you actually quit, you guys. You can fall down. You can have stuff go wrong. but it all matters if you get back up and you just keep doing it. You know, that's why I say embrace your journey. You're going to fall down, but you got to get back up. Just stay consistent with everything you do. I think over the 3 years, that's the one thing that I have done. I didn't grow fast, but I stayed consistent with my products. I think that was the most important thing. And I stayed consistent with sharing it on Facebook with my friends and my family. And I did never let them know that I gave up, because I didn't. I really didn't, you guys. And I heard this the other day on one of Lisa's calls too with somebody else, and I loved it. So I'm going to borrow it from now on. But she said, all things aside, if you remove the comp plan and the business and all of this, you guys, I didn't start because of all of that. Like, I love what this business does, but I love the products, you guys. And I think that's important. And when I talk to people, I feel like they can sense that. So just be you and be authentic, share your story, share your life. I think that most people come to me and they're like, what should I post on Facebook? And I don't think into it too much. I just kind of share my life, share my journey. I share my 3 steps in the morning. I share stuff about my kids. Pick your 5 things. Lisa says that, and it's so true, you guys. Pick 5 things that are you and just be you and share it with the world. I don't know what else I was going to share. Do you have anything else you want me to touch on?
I just
Heather,
want
do
to
you
say
have
this.
questions? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I don't have a question, but I will say this too, because I've seen, and I know, Lisa, you have too, like the transformation of Amberly is so amazing. And I think sometimes she doesn't even grasp her transformation because she's in the inside, right? We're on the outside looking in at her.
It's like
But
a completely different human.
person. Yes, it is. But isn't that the beautiful thing? Isn't like you just said, like all things aside, not the comp plan, not the income you're making, but who you are is the ability to completely change everything, to grow into a confident, beautiful woman who knows that you can do anything. Like, I'm successful in network marketing and so are you. And guess what? I know now, and moving forward in my life, there's nothing I can't do. And I will say one thing I love so much about Amberly is she's a yes girl. I always message her. I'm like, Amberly, I want you to get on the Zoom tomorrow night. I want you to share your story. She's like, I'm so scared, but I'm going to say yes. She says that to me all the time. I'm so scared, but I'm going to say yes. So I'm going to tell every single one of you tonight to start saying yes. Say yes to things. Do it scared. Yes.
I said, do it scared.
Yes.
You guys
Yes,
always
do
do
it
it scared.
way.
Someone tell me that today. Oh my God, you're so confident. I wish I could do that. I said, oh my God, I'm scared shitless, but that means I have to do it.
I love it. Thank you so much, Amberly, for sharing your story. I tell you this all the time, and I just hope it resonates more now than ever. You inspire so many people that you probably don't even realize. I mean, I know you inspire me so much because I look at what has come for you, and that just motivates and drives me to find the next person out there who deserves that transformation, 180 degrees in all directions and avenues of their life. So I appreciate you. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so excited for what's ahead for you. Thank you so much for hopping on with us tonight.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you so much,
Lisa.
Amberly. And thank you, Heather. Like you guys both hit the nail on the head with what I think a lot of people needed to hear tonight. And I hope you guys wrote that down. Do it scared, because I mean, I think, oh my gosh, there's so many things I've been scared of on this journey. And if I wouldn't have done it, it never would have led me to the next spot. So that's like the key phrase for tonight. Do it scared. The next person I want to bring on is Brittany Hyder. Brittany, unmute yourself, honey. You guys, this is crazy. Brittany, I'm gonna let you tell it. Okay, tell everybody where you were last year in like November and December.
My sales,
Yes.
500.
You were at $500 in sales. And how long had you been in?
So technically I hit the promoter button in June of 2017.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about that journey up and down a little bit, and then what's happened over the last 5 months.
Okay. So first off, hi, I'm Brittany. I am from a little tiny hick town in North Carolina called Fuquay. Population 0. I am a college dropout. I got married very young. I never thought something like this was going to be an option for me. I dropped out of college and went right into waitressing and bartending. met my husband, got married, got a house, did all the things you were supposed to do, started a career in a non-for-profit association, which I loved doing. I absolutely loved it. And then in June 2017, I saw a neighbor and friend post about all this energy that she had. And I was like, what the flipper are you doing? Because I need that. Because my life is bananas. I'm working 70 hours a week. I travel North and South Carolina. I had gained so much weight since meeting my husband. Y'all, he's a professional chef, or he used to be. And in the 11 years we've been together, I had gained like 70 something pounds. And I always blame him, but it's not really him. It was all me. So in June 2017, July 2017, I got a mini experience, accidentally hit the promoter button, not knowing that's what I was doing. Ordered a month, loved the shit out of it, went on a business trip, stopped taking it. Why? Because I'm a dumbass and I didn't think it was working fast enough. And now what I have to tell myself is, Brittany, you didn't put the weight on in a week. It's not going to flip off in a week. And that's what I tell all my customers too. So I quit. I quit for a whole entire year, which means I missed every single bonus. I never went VIP. I never got the 4K at the time, the iPad bonus. Missed all that. July 2018, July 2018, Burn was released. And I saw an email come across and I was like, this Thrive thing again, huh? I was like, Thermo, I've heard about that. I think I should try that. So I ordered the Thrive ordered the Burn the day it came out, and I consistently took it correctly for the 8 weeks, and I had amazing freaking results. And I re-fell in love with the product, and I slowly started sharing, not really promoting, but slowly started sharing, got a couple of customers, and from there on, I have been thriving for free for 2 years. July 2018, I quit the job that I had been at for 10 years, kind of stupidly, but kind of not. And then Lisa did the Destination 12K. I jumped into that, and I've done every challenge that Lisa has released. If she's throwing a challenge out there, my ass is going to be in it. I don't care what rank I am. I'm going to do it because there's freakishly amazing tips in every single one. December 2018, I went 4K for the first time. I only did that though because of double QV. So as soon as January rolled over, I always
Brittany, we lost you, or maybe you guys lost me. Can you guys still hear her?
No.
Oh, hold on.
No, it's her.
Yeah, she's frozen. Hold on, I'm gonna just message her and tell her to log back in. You guys, so one of the things I want to say too is, if you guys keep hearing about Destination to 12K, we're gonna do one of those again, probably towards the end of the year. But what is so crazy with Brittany is, you cut out. Hold on a second, let me tell her this. What's so crazy about her story, and she's going to continue to tell you, is the fact that she got to 4K and then that momentum was lost. And then like a whole nother year went by where she was doing, oh, there, you're back. I'm going to let you tell it.
my computer says your PC ran into an issue and needs to restart. I'm like, thanks, jackass.
You were right at the part where you said you went 4K of double volume and then the next month hit and you lost it. That's where we're at.
And I lost it for a year. So I went back down to 1,000 and the 500, and I was still thriving for free. I still had my 2 customers. I still had 1 promoter. So I was still thriving for free, but I completely lost strength. Well, then in January of this year, I got my 4K back. And then February, I have all my notes on my phone. Sorry. I went 5K. And then when COVID hit, my mom and I were very small that she owned. So when COVID hit, we were forced to shut down. And I told her that I didn't want her taking out loans and losing her business just, to cover me. So I got my ass to work. Sorry, I had to pick up my phone.
We
Can y'all hear me?
missed part of that. I think what you were saying was you had lost your job to COVID, right? You were working for your mom.
Yeah, we own a very small business in North Carolina. It's construction and school based. So when schools shut, we shut. So I got serious with Lavelle, and I told her that, she was still going to pay me base, but no more bonuses. And I worked mostly off bonuses. So March, I got very serious about having to bring in some extra income. April came around and I went, I think it was 12K in April. What month are we in now? May? Yeah. April, I went 12K, and I am very close to 30K right this second.
$500. You went from $500 in volume in January or in December to, or less than that, to today we're headed towards 40K. You're like close to 40K. It's crazy. And you've been in, I mean, there's so many people on this Zoom right now that they have been in 2 years. They have been in 3 years. They've had a ride like yours. And a lot of people think if I haven't made money by now, I'm never going to make money. Talk about what changed for you. I mean, what's different now besides the fact that, besides the fact that you lost, you had more time to put into it because you weren't working. What changed that now all of a sudden you just went to $30,000 in volume?
So one huge thing was my mindset and understanding that my journey and my story are my own, and I had to be proud of them. I'm not a mom. I can't share mom stories. I'm not super outgoing. I don't like going places. I can't pretend like and post like I am. I have to follow my own journey, follow my own path. And my path is I'm a dog mom, and I represent the ever living hell out of that. My friends, my followers are all dog moms. So me posting about kids or whatever is not going to get the results and the responses that I needed from my people, from my friends. I had to be authentically me. And it was something that I had to look within and see myself and reevaluate myself in order to do that.
And I want to point out one thing too. There is not a day. There is not one day. I don't care if it's a Sunday, a Saturday, a Friday night. I don't care what it is. There is not one day that I have not seen you plug in or ask a question or provide feedback, or offering help to somebody or giving somebody, like, you are plugged in. And that's what I would ask myself if you're on here right now and you're not moving along like you wish that you were. My question to you is, are you plugging in? Because the people that plug in are the people that are moving. Brittany, you're on everything. I don't ever not see you on a call. Like, you're on every Zoom. I'm like, does this girl, like, you literally have everything set in your phone, and you're not just getting on things and just like chilling. You're making it work for you. You're learning things and you're applying it to your business. And that is why you have gained $30,000 in volume in 4.5, 5 months. So it's just so key to point out that there's really only two things that really changed with Brittany. And that was, one, her mindset. She decided she was going to do it. Like, the light bulb went off. And the second thing is she started plugging into everything. And you're bound to grow when you're constantly surrounding yourself with people in this business, and the positivity and the self-development and being around other like-minded people. It's gonna rub off on you. Like, it will rub off on you. What are, like, if you have tips for people on here that are like, okay, I'm ready, I've made my mind up, I'm gonna start plugging in, what's the first place you kind of started? Like, were you just messaging folks out of nowhere, or were you kind of like
No. My biggest thing is, even if you can't plug in live, plug in on the replays. When I was working
40, 50, 60 hours a week, you know, a year ago, I was still listening to the Monday motivational replays as I was driving an hour to work. I was still doing the Destination to 12K on my lunch hours at work. I was still doing all these things. Even if you can't do it live, do the replays. There's always some golden nugget. There's always something in every single one of them that's going to jump out and spark you. Another thing is follow the right cats. Quit following the negative people. Go on to the dream team and look at some of these leaders and look at their pages and did I lose it again? Nope, there it is. And watch them. Watch how they post. Watch how they talk. Watch what they say. And if you have people on your page who are negative, delete their asses. I will delete a family member in a freaking heartbeat, and I have.
Yeah, there's no place for negativity. Zero, 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 zero. Well, I've got to tell you that there are a lot of people on here that needed to hear you tonight, because there's so many people that I think we get stuck in our own heads and we think that, gosh, it's just not happening for me. And you guys, the biggest thing I want you guys to do now, I mean, we have a couple days left in the month, and I say this all the time, and the decision, once you make the decision, I'm done playing games, I'm going to start doing this, and your head's in it, now set a goal. I don't care right now if you're at 0. I want you to set a goal before the end of this month. 2 days left, 3 days. I don't know how many days are left in this month, 2 or 3. But I want you to set a goal. Maybe that goal is I want to thrive free. Maybe that goal is I want to sign my very first customer. Maybe it's I want to get to $100 in volume. Or maybe it's I want to get to $500 because I'm at 200, whatever that is, because that's where it starts. It doesn't say, you know, the person that sits there and says, I'll start next month, it's too late, that you're always going to do that. Well, it's just kind of like the diet you didn't start. Well, I ate bad today, I'll start tomorrow. Oops, I'm going to start the next day. Well, you know what? I'm just going to start because there's a holiday. I'll start after that. If you're going to be that person, you're going to be that person in everything. And those are the people that never get anywhere, because you're always just going to start, and you never just start. And then when you miss a day, you're like, oh, I screwed it up. Well, I'll just start again next month. And this is why you're not growing in your business. The consistency is key. And guess what? For most of you, nothing is going to happen for a minute. It's going to be like crickets. You're going to be like, I am doing all the right things. Why am I not seeing anything happen? Why am I not signing any customers or promoters? But it's because you have to get consistent first. And then all of a sudden that kicks in and magic happens. So, you know, hey, Chas, unmute yourself. Wasn't this so good? Like, what are your thoughts, Chas, on just everybody tonight?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I look, some of y'all saw me today, so don't judge me. I'm still in the same clothes, but it was so good. I mean, I'm just, you know, one of the things is I just get so encouraged hearing the stories. You know, I always tell people, you know, it took us 10 years to be an overnight success. And, you know, that's one thing that you have to remember is that, you know, it takes time to build trust, and we have to understand that people are sharing with us their most intimate things. The thing, you know, I need to lose weight. I need to gain weight. I don't like what I see in the mirror. You know, I need some more wiggle room in my budget. I am stressed to the max over my finances. Those are intimate things. And so, you know, we have to remember that it's going to take time for people to share that with us. But, you know, when you find the right people, when you find those people that, you know, realize what they have their hands on, they're going to run with you. So it's so good. It's so good. I love getting a refresher on Heather's story. I love hearing the stories that I haven't heard before. Man, it just reminds us that people are still winning. And I was just looking, you know, you guys as a team, as an organization, you have done such incredible things this month, and it just proves that, you know, you don't panic during a pandemic, you take a pivot, and that's what we've done. And so Lisa, I'm just excited. I'm excited for the news stories, and I'm excited for the ones that are, you know, going to be ranking up at the end of this month.
Yeah, and we need everybody to submit their stories. Like, I think that's just going to be such a huge tool for all of us, because a lot of times we're like, nobody was available to do a 3-way call with me. Well, you don't need one. Go find a 3 to 5 minute video of somebody that is like the person that you're talking to and send it to them in their inbox. They just need to hear it from someone else. And I think it's going to be huge. And we want to, like, you know, I know you're like me, we like to give stuff away. So you guys put your video in. I think Chas already posted the banner. I didn't post it because I've been busy all day, but right after this Zoom, I'm going to go on the Dream Team page and post the banner. 3 to 5 minute video, download it to YouTube. Once you download it, send it over and make sure you label it. I want to know who you are. That way, when somebody wants to utilize your video, they know that you are a teacher. They know that you suffer from, you know, well, you can't say anxiety, but they know you suffer from aches and discomforts. They know you didn't sleep at night. You know, whatever kind of it is that Thrive really did for you, and maybe your profession, your background, mom of twins, stay-at-home mom, you know, waitress, bartender, firefighter, whatever it is that your background is, and a little bit about what Thrive did for you in the title. That way, when we go to pull from those videos and someone wants to utilize yours, they're going to know who to go to, who you are, why we utilize that. And I think that having an arsenal of different videos with people with different backgrounds and different Thrive experiences is going to be so huge for our prospects. And you guys, people watch a video. They cannot help but not press play. If you send them a video and say, can you take 3 minutes to watch this? They're going to click it. They're going to be like, well, what is it? I got to click it. And hearing from someone else other than you talk about how awesome this product is, it could be that thing that pushes them into saying, okay, I'm ready to do this.
Hey, Lisa, I was going to add, you know, I had some messages today and gosh, y'all have been killing it. I mean, it's just been crazy. And I had some messages where people were saying, you know, I already have my video on, you know, Facebook, on other platforms. Here's the thing, guys. There's people that have, we don't do things just because we need to give you busy work. There's a lot of us leaders that, you know, we have our hands and opportunity to be exposed to not just industry leaders in the network marketing space, but in a lot of other spaces. And here's the thing, you know, when we went into, you know, lockdown and quarantine and all the things, so many different organizations, people started using YouTube. And there are people literally that didn't really know what YouTube was. I mean, you know, y'all talked a little bit about self-development and how important that is. You know, not everybody is a YouTube university graduate like we are. And so people started using YouTube for the first time. So you are getting into another space of where somebody may be searching and they may be looking for, you know, tired, exhausted mom, or, you know, how to, one of the biggest search, the hottest searches right now is how to earn money quick, you know, things like that. And so you're going into another platform that people are exploring, and, you know, it gives you another way of communicating with the people that are watching you. So, you know, if you are uncomfortable and you're a little leery, that's a good thing, because most of us are comfortable doing Facebook Lives, doing videos on Facebook, but YouTube is different. And that's something that I think is super important in this business, is that we stay uncomfortable. When we get comfortable and complacent, that's when we see a stagnation in the growth. So, you know, this is a good time for you to take that YouTube video, use it and share it. And then, you know, we talked about that we're going to put it, the vault is under construction right now. It should be done the end of this week. We're going to take those videos, drop them in one space, so that when you do need to search, you know, in a font, in a cloud, back issues, you know, tired mom, waitress, you're going to be able to go in and you're going to be able to say, you know what, let me share my friend Lisa's story. She was a waitress just like you, and easily access those videos. So take the time and get this tool in your tool belt, because we're going to fill it up with other tools that you're going to be able to use too.
Amen. And you guys, like, look, you know, a lot of people are like, I've never used YouTube before. It's scary. I don't know how. You guys, go Google how to start a YouTube channel. It like literally go click on YouTube. It'll walk you through it. It's so simple. And it's such a huge tool that, trust me, if you're planning on being a 200K, you're going to need a YouTube channel. You just have to start evolving. So it might scare you a little bit, just like Chas said, but you got to step out of that comfort zone to grow. And it'll be a good thing. So for those of you guys that don't have one, this is the perfect excuse and opportunity to start your YouTube channel for the first time. Think of use your name. I suggest use your name so when people search you. But yeah, let's get it done. And I want to thank again Heather, Amberly, and Brittany for all getting on tonight and sharing their stories. And you guys, we've got a couple days left in this month. So many of you guys are trying to promote. So many of you guys decided on this very call that you were going to set a goal and hit it by the end of this month. Make it happen. Decide, because once you decide, that's where it starts, man. Once you make that decision, that's where it starts, and that's where the action happens. It's when you make that decision. So you guys, I'm excited to see where we can get to. Incredible sales this month, incredible dreams coming true. When Tuesday comes around and you have all these people in your inbox just like tear eyes and crying and so excited because they just received their biggest paycheck they've ever received this week, amazing things are happening, and you guys want to ride this wave, this momentum. I don't think it's ending anytime soon. I think it's only the beginning, and we're going to ride it right through the summer. But it starts now. So get there. Good luck to those of you guys that are trying to promote or hit your goal, whatever that is. I believe in you. I know you can do it. And let us know when you hit it. And don't forget, once you get your 3 to 5 minute video done, you're going to go into that drawing, get it to your nearest 200K upline, myself, Chas, or Natasha, and we will make sure that we get you entered into the drawing and we get your video in that vault of videos where everybody's going to be able to utilize it. Love you guys. We will see you next Thursday, same time, same place, same link, and different people, different stories. You're definitely going to want to make sure you're on. Bye, guys. See you later. Thanks, everybody.